A breathtaking set of fan-made Dark Souls helmets brings the fantasy franchise to life in exceptional detail. Developed by From Software, the RPG trilogy lets players create their own character and customize it with various combinations of weapons, spells, items and armor sets. The franchise has inspired countless fan creations, like an intimidating Dark Souls Black Knight cosplay, and now a crafty fan has assembled 4 amazing helmets from across the trilogy. As a successor to From Software's classic RPG Demon's Souls, the Dark Souls trilogy redefined the genre and made the studio a household name. The games are well known for their extensive role-play elements, subtle lore and ruthless difficulty and memorable bosses. The first Dark Souls takes players to Lordran, a glorious interconnected fantasy world in a state of decay. Dark Souls 2 then visits the fallen kingdom of Drangleic, and Dark Souls 3 caps off the trilogy with a journey through the crumbling and time-displaced land of Lothric. Characters and enemies from throughout the 3 games have inspired various Dark Souls cosplay projects, which seek to recreate the armor and weaponry designed by From Software. Reddit user and skilled costumer Sunlight of Astora has recreated 4 helmets from the Dark Souls series in exquisite detail. Made from EVA foam and painted by hand, the 4 helmets are apparently built to scale and can actually be worn as part of a cosplay. The fantastic project recreates the helmets worn by Artorias and Solaire in the first Dark Souls, as well as the Knight Helm and the Soul of Cinder's helmet featured in Dark Souls 3. The 4 pieces of headgear are among the most iconic and gorgeous helmets in the Souls-like franchise, and Sunlight of Astora has brought them to life with skill and care. While Sunlight of Astora's scaled Dark Souls helmets are incredibly impressive, From Software has recently acknowledged an Elden Ring Malenia cosplay crafted by another talented fan. The developer's newest fantasy epic borrows heavily from the Dark Souls series, but it greatly expands the Souls-like RPG formula across an open-world landscape. The goddess of Rod Malenia is among the most iconic and challenging of Elden Ring's bosses, motivating many recreations of her winged helmet and regal attire. In crafting the 4 helmets, Sunlight of Astora has brought some of the most iconic Dark Souls characters and armor sets to life. The Knight Helm is considered the default design for the player character in Dark Souls 3, and the other 3 designs recreate beloved characters and bosses like Solaire, Artorias and the Soul of Cinder. While Elden Ring has taken some of the spotlight from the older From Software series, Sunlight of Astora's helmets demonstrate why the Dark Souls trilogy is still wildly iconic. Source: Sunlight of Astora, Reddit.
My heart returns to you, dinner, you were great. We can go back to mine if you want to. You look so good, I want to do that. I must be tripping, God catch my